What is going on, guys? This is Red Ninja bringing you some more Call the Dead with randoms. So we go 20 rounds in this game, do a real short game so we can do some commentary. And I guess that's what you guys have been bugging me for so long, is why don't you do commentary, why don't you do commentary? So, you know, it just gives me an excuse to play these real short little games, you know. You don't want to play for a real long time. You want to play like an hour at the most. So let's play some Call of the Dead with randoms. Call of the Dead's really fun with randoms. I don't really mind it. Of course, I'm not gonna find really anybody that's any good at it, but you know, it's whatever. It's fun. It's a big map. It can be a bit hard to revive. I actually did some revives in this game. I tried to go on my way. I actually almost got killed one time. I got a red screen. One red screen. I feel like such a failure, but you know, I get down to there's only one guy left, and I was probably around 15, 16, and you know, I didn't want the game. I didn't want him to leave the game, so I tried my best to revive this guy. And problem is he didn't have any points left. He didn't, you know, see, that's another thing. You know, this guy goes straight for the box. A lot of these randoms, they go straight for the box when they should be getting wall guns and building up their points, and they can get Juggernaut. See, that's the thing. If I was a player that was to go down and stuff like that, if I thought I was only going down, I would only buy Juggernaut. And in this map, probably PhD. But you know, I wouldn't stack up on perks. And I would definitely make sure I was, you know, stacking up some points with the wall guns. You know. But, you know, that's all I use in this map for like the first 20 rounds. And I play with randoms, just a wall gun and some Mustang and Sally. That's another important. You gotta get your Mustang and Sally and PhD flopper. That's the first thing I go for, is I try to, you know, get as much points as I can, and try to kill as fast as I can, and get my Juggernaut. Then I go for, you know, I want to pack a punch that pistol, and then I want to get PhD flopper, and then, you know, I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about you know, getting cornered. If I get cornered, I can shoot down. That's the fun thing about playing maps like this. Any map that has PhD flopper. You know, even Shangri-La, you know, people, you know, Shangri-La is actually, the only problem is randoms don't really play Shangri-La, but Shangri-La is really easy to go, you know, 30, 40 rounds on. And, you know, it's got PhD flopper, you get Mustang and Sally. Plus it's got a nice wonder weapon too. And you get that baby gun, and you know, you're good with that too. And you can, you know, really manipulate the drops. You know, when you get a drop, you let that monkey pick it up and get a max ammo. You know, and Moon's also good for that. I mean, if you get some randoms that are gonna, you know, some decent randoms in Moon, and you got your PhD flopper. You get a wave gun, you know, you get a hacker device, you can, you know, hack a max ammo. So you can really waste a lot of ammo in really early rounds, and, you know, get your max ammo, get your ammo back. That's a fun way to play. You know, I get comments on video, people say I'm an ammo waster, people say I just spam too much, but, you know, I mean, that's what they're doing on BO3. I mean, they got those gumballs to give themselves more ammo, so, you know, that's what they do on BO3. It just takes a lot more skill on Black Ops 1 to spam ammo like that. You have to know how to work the drop cycle. And, you know, drops can be tricky on this one. You know, drop cycle usually gets fucking broken a lot. I ended up getting like 2 max ammos in a row. Like, you know, that just happens so much on Call of the Dead. So you gotta snag some hammers and try to repair that drop cycle. But, you know, I'm just, these aren't really good randoms at all. These guys are really low round. I didn't even know how long this game was gonna go. I figured, well, what the fuck, let's give it a shot, see how long it goes. So, I actually was able to squeeze 20 rounds out of this. That was pretty good. And the guy that last stayed in the game, I think his high round was only round 8. So, for him to stay to 20 it was surprising, because usually a lot of those guys that have really, if they're in the single digits on the leaderboards, they're usually not gonna stay in the game. There's a reason why they're single digits, because they usually leave the games early. So I don't know what's going on in the YouTube community for these YouTubers that aren't really good at zombies. I saw something, I don't really want to talk about it right now. Something about what is it? As a zombies competition or something being held by some of these guys that live in the Z house. By the way, these guys are like the worst zombie players ever. The Z house freaking gang, and everybody in the real pro community would say so. I mean, I don't know anybody that I've talked to that's a really good player and actually sees the zombie records, and they all say that these guys are really bad, which I don't have to take their word for it. I know they are. I've seen them for like a long time. They were before Black Ops 3 came out. They were they were doing Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and World at War. That was all they were freaking doing. That was all we had, and they were just terrible at it, and they haven't gotten any better. If anything, they've probably gotten worse, because I really believe that Black Ops 3 will make you worse at World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. I mean, the game is just designed to retard your skill. Whatever skill level you have, it's going to retard it. And, it's just a really bad game. It's just, there's just no way. That's the thing I wanted in another installment of Zombies. I wanted a game that was harder, is more challenging, that was gonna make me even better at Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and World at War, and they totally failed at it. I think they had the right idea when they started because I like the first survival maps for Black Ops 2. The problem is they're just so small, and they're just not that fun to play. But I'll totally down for some town or farm, or Nuketown's cool. Nuketown's kind of a bitch, because you had to wait for everything to drop and stuff. And Bus Depot is definitely a challenging map. I thought that was really good that they threw something like that in there. But town can be pretty difficult to speed run on. You gotta really be careful of that fire, and if you can really play fast on town, do a solo game. I mean, it's pretty good. You don't have any PhD flopper. You don't have any special perks that are going to protect you from the fire. So, and town is, all the maps are pretty easy when you know the strat, you know how to play them. But these guys in the Z house, there's no way they could do a 70 on town, or a 70 or 60 or 70 or on farm. They couldn't definitely do anything at Bus Depot. But they're running some kind of weird thing. I don't really know much about it, but I was just seeing they're selling tickets to some competition, some tournament or some bullshit, Zombies tournament. I don't know who. It's got to be them playing, because I couldn't see them competing with the the best. They say they're gonna have the best zombies in the world there. I don't know who the hell they're gonna have. One of them, I saw one of them in the comments saying that Relaxing N. Well, I think Relaxing N's definitely not the best player in the world. I'm not gonna shit all over Relaxing N, because he really inspired me a lot to do my channel. That's why I didn't do commentary. He doesn't do commentary. He's not all about I think he's just a zombies player that likes to just fuck around with randoms and post some gameplay. And do some challenges, and you know, I don't have a problem with that. I used to like watching Relax In when I first started playing, you know, but I can't watch him anymore because I just can't learn anything from him. There's just nothing to learn from, and I just kind of cringe watching him because he just hasn't gotten any better. I watched him play this map not too long ago because recently George Romero died. You know, this guy that's chasing me. I think he's chasing me. Yeah, there he is. George Romero's recently died, and he did like a live stream when he was playing Call the Dead with randoms, and I think he only got to like round 19, and he went down like 3 times, and his gameplay was just really newbie. Just wasn't fast, wasn't skillful, wasn't, you know, I mean, he had 3 downs, didn't even make it to 20. I mean, I could easily, you know, carry this game to, once I hit my setup, I can easily carry this game to 30 and beyond. But I don't know, even if I wanted to carry this game, I don't know if that guy would have lasted that long. I mean, I would have, if I would have wanted to continue to carry him, wouldn't have been going out of my way to revive him, because he just keeps going down, you know. But, you know, it's dangerous for me to continue to revive players unless I get a ballistic knife or something. You know, that's how guys like Relaxing In and stuff, they do these high revive games. They get a ballistic knife and upgrade it. And I just don't feel like doing that all the time. It's just, you know, just kill the fucking zombies, you know. I can get hundreds and hundreds of revives on these guys that want to stay in the game, and I just have to keep the zombies alive. You know, that's not hard to do at all. So, and you know, if I want to play like 20 rounds and sit there and just shoot these guys with the ballistic knife and not kill the zombies and just run back and forth and shoot them every time they go down, you know, it's to me, I mean, I don't see any point in that. I mean, that's not hard to do at all. You know, just keeping them alive. I mean, it would be hard to do is to killing the zombies and reviving, and it's really hard. I mean, you're gonna run out of ammo. I mean, even if you have a scavenger or have something, you're gonna eventually run out of ammo. If you're with players that are that bad, I mean, it's just, you're gonna run out of ammo and die. So that's all there is to it. I mean, you gotta play smart. And you know, I went out of my way to kind of revive this guy a couple times, and it just wasn't. They weren't the safest revives. That's why, you know, I came close to death and trying to revive him. But I was just afraid that, you know, if I didn't revive him, he was gonna leave. So, you know, I wanted to try to prevent that. So what can I offer you guys today as far as like tips or something? I mean, like I said, I've given my blueprint many times. You gotta focus on playing fast. You gotta use the most powerful weapons. I mean, first 20 rounds you can pack a wall gun, and you know, that's pretty much good enough. And you know, use Sally's. That's powerful, but you really want to get the ray gun and Sally's scavenger in this map. You want to get the big guns that are just get rid of the zombies quick. You know, there's no point in having to sit there and hoard up zombies. That's what a lot of these guys have to get out of. You know, I'd like to find, you know, I do 50 plus game with randoms, but I can never do like really fast 50 plus game with randoms because they can't run the boxes together. They're too much in the training. I gotta train all the time. So you can't really, in the early rounds, you know, run the boxes and get your setup, you know, where you guys camp together, because they always want to run the zombies around. They don't, oh shit, you know, there's zombies, so they start running and trying to hoard them up. And I'm just like, you know, you gotta shoot them as they come. You know, when it's early rounds, it's really easy. You know where they're spawning from. You know where they're coming from. One guy's got to take one way, another guy's got to take another way, and you know, and you got to keep tapping on that box. and you know, randoms can't do that. So a lot of times I have to, you know, save a zombie for them because, you know, or so I can hit the boxes, so they can hit the box. You know, it's just. But you know, once we get the setup, we're good, and I do fast games. Yeah, I actually did a speed run with a random player one time. On it wasn't really fast, but it was I just wanted to do a fast 30, and we actually did 30 rounds on Keener to Toten in 45 minutes, and that was with a total new player. So you know, it's pretty that's decent, I guess. I mean the world record for round 30 on Keener to Toten is 38 minutes. So, and I posted some of that gameplay, you know, and they ran a totally different strategy. They ran in where they opened the alleyway, and they ran in the alley. It was a cool strategy, but you wouldn't be able to turn that into like a high round game. You know, that was just a game you were only been able to get like you know, 30 rounds out of, and then, you know, that's pretty much all you would have done is got like, you know, fast 30 rounds. I wanted to do that strategy. I tried to get, you know, this one guy who claimed he thought he was good. He had some high leaderboards, but you know, he just wouldn't do his homework. I told him to watch the video. He watched like 3 minutes of it, and he was like, "Yeah, I got it," and he definitely didn't have it. I mean, he didn't know what. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know these strategies. You have to do your homework. There's a lot to these high round strats. That's why it can be difficult to play. When I said in one of my other videos, I said sometimes it's a little more difficult to play with a pro player than it is with like a new player running these strats, because you know, a new player that is going to listen doesn't really know what they're doing, so they're going to listen to me. A pro player is kind of, some of them you got to know how you got to learn how they play it, because a lot of them have this other idea, you know, not everybody plays the strats the same, so you know, you guys got to kind of work things out. And you know, when I first get in games with like certain guys that are good, that have done, you know, high rounds and know what they're doing, they just do things a little bit differently, and so you know, that can cause a problem. But you know, if you can get that all worked out, then you know, games should run pretty smooth. You know, you shouldn't have any issues. I mean, you got two players that know what the fuck they're doing, so you just have to make sure you're on the same page. So I don't know. I keep thinking back to that zombies competition, whatever the hell it is. You know, they're selling tickets for like $20 to $120, and I'm just like, I don't know. It kind of sounds like a scam to me. I wouldn't want to go to it, that's for sure. Especially not to see them. If I wanted to see any good players, I pretty much know where to find them on Twitch. So I just don't. I mean, they're finding ways to make money. I mean, they got a lot of subscribers, and you know, a lot of people watch them, which is not good for. It's good for them, but it's not really good for people who want to get good advice, because they get the terrible advice. Another video I watched today is the one of the Smith Plays videos. It's one of the Z House members guys, and he does these top 10 videos for top 10 best guns, top 10 best assault rifles, and I mean, this just goes to show this guy's always going to be a noob, because I can't stress this enough. Good players do not use these fucking weapons. I mean, they use them, but they don't rely on them to go through the game. You know, it's not their setup. You know, getting a commando or an HK or an RPK, those are just guns you use while you're trying to get, you know, the better guns out of the box. You want to get the wonder weapons. You know, those are just the guns. You know, you're hitting the box, you get an RPK, you sit there and you use it, you get your points with it, and then you hit the box again, and you know, you're going for that ray gun. And you know, if you're playing this map, you're going for the scavenger, you're going for, you know, some Russian dolls, whatever they're called, you know, and that's what you use those guns for. You don't, those aren't the guns you use to just play the fucking game. I wouldn't even want to play 20 rounds with the RPK. I mean, it's fucking garbage. I'd rather have what I used, which was the upgraded AK-74U. It's right there on the wall outside the lighthouse, so it's easy for me to get ammo, and you know, it's pretty freaking powerful. It's a lot more powerful than an upgraded RPK, or that game's just garbage. I just have to shoot too many bullets. It's gonna waste too much time. I mean, even using the AK-74U, unless I get my headshots good, it's not. It starts, you know, getting bad after 20. I mean, you gotta go get that ray gun. But you know, I can get. You know, you have to look at it this way. Use guns that are gonna help you get out of a corner. If you get, say you get 3, 4, 5 zombies up in your fucking face, and they press you up against the wall, can you blast your way out of that? That's the question. Okay, can you blast your way out of that? With the ray gun, in early rounds, you can. Absolutely, that's gonna be your best bet to have, if you know, in the early rounds. I mean, if you're on a real high round, there's nothing's gonna save you. But you know, you're except like an upgraded crossbow or something, and even that, you better shoot it ahead of time. You better learn to use that wisely. But I'm saying in the early rounds, you know, like right now, I got the upgraded AK-74U. You know, round 12, that's gonna, I don't care if 10 zombies fucking corner me, I'll be able to peel their heads off in just a few shots. There's no way. You know, that's what you have to think about. You know, if you want to play, you know, one of the guys I used to watch a lot was that guy who camps. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He used to play with randoms a lot. He doesn't even play zombies anymore, but you know, he'd play, I don't know, he'd play like those 20 round games. He didn't really play very high, in the low 20s, and you know, he would use different guns, but he used powerful guns too. That's what made him different than a lot of these other guys that play with randoms on YouTube, is he used powerful guns. You know, he would get the shotguns, he would get the spaz and upgrade that, or the HS-10 and upgrade that. You know, that's shit that I'll do, and that's fine, because those will get you out of a corner. I mean, if you know you're on round 16, 17, 18, 19, you can just tear through zombies with those shotguns in the early rounds, at least. That's what you have to think about. You know, that's what you have to think about. You have to use the guns that can really, you know, get. You want a gun that's going to be able to get you out of trouble. Now, an HK in, you know, rounds 17, 18 is not going to save your ass at all. It's really not a great gun. It's got a terrible recoil on it. It's just terrible. Even with double tap, it's just, I just have trouble controlling it. I'm just always, I hate that gun. I'd rather use the RPK than the HK. I just do not like that gun. It's the worst fucking gun in the game as far as I'm concerned. But you know, if you wanted to be greedy with it and upgrade it, can you get a shit ton of points with it? Yeah, you can get a shit ton of points with it. But you could also get a shit ton of points with wall guns too. You know, just keep buying ammo off the wall and you get a shit ton of points. But you know, I'm not interested in getting a shit ton of points. I'm just interested in getting you know, the points that I need. You know, I want to have enough to buy some more ammo with this like upgraded AK, and you know, and a little bit more in case I want to do something else. But you know, I'm only, you know, it was only my intention to go 20 rounds in this game, so I really didn't give a shit. I'm not caring about points. I mean, what's the point of having all these points? What are you gonna do with them? You know, I could see if you're not that great of a player and you're going to take some downs, then yeah, stack up your points, be prepared. You know, this guy wasn't prepared. This guy ended up going down. He doesn't have any fucking points. He could never buy Juggernog back. He couldn't even hit the box, and when he did get enough points, that's exactly where he would go to, is hit the box. You can't play like that. That's not smart. That's not using your brain at all. If I would have been in this guy's shoes, I would have grabbed the ball gun. I would have played it really safe. I would have built up some points, got Jug back in me, and continued to use the wall gun until I had about 10k at least, and then I go for a box gun maybe. Okay. Or I'd go get my pistol. If it was me, I'd get my pistol pack, that's for sure. That's what's gonna save his ass. So, round 13, and I'm already down to one other guy, so it's just me and this guy for the rest of the game. So, and you know, when I watched Relax and M play this map, he doesn't play as well as I do. You know, I'm not gonna dog him. I mean, he's done a lot of shit in Zombies. He's played this game for a long time, and you know, I respect him for that. I'm just disappointed he doesn't get better. You know, when I first came across him, when I was a beginner at this game, I was like, Relax and M is awesome. I thought he was great, and because I was a terrible player when I first started. I mean, who wasn't? But you know, I was even more of a terrible player. I was like the worst. You know, people probably wouldn't believe this, but I used to be the worst player ever in Zombies. I was like freaking mad terrible. That's why I didn't start playing it until just before Black Ops 2 came out, because I was just so bad at it. It was terrible. You know, and I played it, you know, about a dozen times, and probably more than that, probably maybe about 30 times. And I just played it with friends because they just wanted me to play with them so they can make fun of me. That's pretty much what it was. They just wanted someone to make fun of. You know, I used to play multiplayer a little bit, and when I first got, you know, Black Ops 1, I played the multiplayer, and friends would be like, yeah, let's go play Zombies, come play, and you know, they wanted me to play so they can make fun of me. It was just like, I was so bad. I didn't know how to play it. I just shot Zombies, and after like round 3, it was just, you know, all I knew was just to stand my ground. I didn't know anything about running Zombies around, and they weren't good players either. A lot of those people, they don't even want to talk to me anymore because, you know, they used to make fun of me so much. So now that I'm where I am now at Zombies, and they're so bad. they're probably even worse than, well, I don't know if they're worse than this guy, but they don't want to have nothing to do with that. I'm not the same Red Ninja that I was back in the day. But the thing that helped me learn how to play Zombies was watching the best players, and like I said, you gotta watch the best players you can find. That's why I don't watch. If I watched the Z House, if I watched all those guys, I would be fucking ass at Zombies. You know, I would just be total. I wouldn't be good at all. I wouldn't be fast. I wouldn't be, you know, able to do any kind of speed runs, solo or co-op or anything. I wouldn't be doing any high rounds. You know, Black Ops 3 just pretty much, you know, made it for them. You know, now they can actually do something in Zombies, but I mean, it's just, I don't know, I just can't dog on that fucking game enough. I'm so disappointed in it. I mean, I really think Treyarch is just trolling. I totally believe Treyarch is trolling the pro community, especially they're trolling Zombie Records, because Zombie Records has rules on how you gotta play in order to have your games accepted. And you know, one of the rules, for example, is you can't do any round skips, because tricks and shit you can do to do round skips in like Kino the Toten. One of the ways I know the round skip is right at the end of a dog round, when the round number is flashing, you turn on the power and you'll skip a round. So you have to turn on the power right as the round is flipping and skip around. Another way to do it when you to skip around is you run. I don't think I've ever done this, but this is how I've been told how you do it. You know how you run into the MP40 room and Novas get activated? You gotta run in there when the round's about to flip, and it'll skip around. See, you're not allowed to do any of that. You're not allowed to, you know, that's considered cheating. So what does Treyarch do? They introduce a perk called Round Robin, a gumball. I mean, they called Round Robin that lets you skip around. So I'm like, you know, these guys have to be trolling Zombie Records. They just have to be. And what does Zombie Records do? Zombie Records says, you know, you're not allowed. That gumball's banned. They have a series of gumballs that are banned. You know, that's one of the things I'm just kind of, you know, face palming. You know, I don't care about Zombie Records. I mean, like I said, I'm glad Zombie Records exists, because I like to go on there and see what, you know, people play Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and World at War. I like to see what people are submitting, because I could care less about BO3. I'm not concerned with BO3. I'm just not concerned with it. I don't care about the people who are playing it. They're not good zombie players. There's a guy on the guy that has the most records. The guy that has the most records on Zombie Records. I mean, he's known as, you know, he's known as like a god. I mean, he's got the most records. Most of them are BO3 records, of course. And I think his name's Plasmid Jeff. This guy cannot play Black Ops 1. He can't. He's got a speed run. He's got a speed run on Nuketown, on Black Ops 2 Nuketown. He's got a 50 round speed run. I guess he does speed runs for BO3 and shit. But he's got a 50 round speed run on Nuketown, and I think it's 2 hours and 28 minutes. Well, you know what the number one spot is? Number one spot is 1 hour and 56 minutes. So that just tells you right there that this guy can't play. I mean, that's a huge gap. That's a huge gap. I mean, 1 hour and 56 minutes, and he's done a 2 hour and 28 minute 50. I mean, that's huge. That's not good. Okay, it's just like, you know, the Smith's Place. He's got a speed run on there on Nocturne Toten. He's like fucking like half an hour, 40 minutes behind the top player. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I would not submit that. That's a person that's just looking for fucking attention right there. They should not be submitting that. It shouldn't even be accepted. I mean, it's the only reason it's on there is because there's all these slots open. There's only a few people that have posted speedrun slots. I would not submit that. I'd be embarrassed to fucking submit that. That's just ridiculous. You can't be that far behind. You have to at least be close. I mean, within a couple minutes at least. I mean, it's just stupid. It's just a guy that's looking for attention. See, this is where I try to revive this guy, and, you know, there I got that. I almost fucking died there. I started freaking out and really spamming the Sallies, and I'm running out of fucking ammo in my Sallies, and yeah, this guy's just gonna fuck my game up. He needs to keep moving. That's another thing I hate about randoms, is when you revive them, they turn around and start shooting, and it's like, fucking run away. Get the fuck out of here. See, he's turning around again. Stop. Just fucking go. Go find a safe place to fucking regroup yourself, and, you know, let me take care of shit. But yeah, you know, like I said, these back to these guys that are really good players, at least in BO3. You know, this guy, Plasma Jeff, he can't play Black Ops 1, he can't play Black Ops 2. You know, he just can't. He can't play the survival maps, and he can't play, you know, he can't play World at War, he can't play Black Ops 1. I mean, this is 3 games. These are the games that made zombies, okay? I mean, you can't just sit there and say, well, it's 1 game and those are old games. I mean, in a lot of the thing, you know, the Black Ops 3, they released that Chronicles. It's got all old remastered maps. I mean, they're not really giving you much new. They just continue to keep remastering the classic maps. And, you know, these are maps that I think look better on World at War than anything. That, you know, Derice and Nocturne and Toten and Varut and Shinanuma, they look better on World at War. I mean, they look so fucking realistic. Why do they keep remastering them? I don't freaking know. I mean, I don't like the way the Giant looks on BO3. I don't like the way Kino looks. They're all dark. They're dark. You can't see them. The only time I enjoy looking at Kino is when I'm outside in the alley. And I could actually see. I could actually see the fucking map. Everything's all dark. And Ascension is all orange. Everything in the wall, you know, it just looks shitty to me. I don't like it. I'm just not crazy about it at all. And you know, I'm just, it wouldn't be hard. It's not hard at all to fucking just get a wall gun, and you know, you want to talk about a powerful gun. You grab the. And why is this guy even doing the top 10 guns out of the box, and he's covering BO3? You know, back to like the video I watched earlier. I don't even think I kind of skipped a lot through it because I was just so cringy. I was like, I just wanted to see the guns he picked, and it was just stupid, just totally stupid. But you know, why would he even do a top 10 and use like some of these BO3 guns when the wall weapons are going to be your best choice? You know, you don't want to put dead wire on a box gun. You know, you want to be able to keep buying ammo off the wall. So, I know, it's just stupid. You know, that's I know a new player. Whenever I watch these videos and I see them point horn, I see them shooting the zombies 8 times in the leg and knifing, and I see them talk about the top 5 or the top 10 box guns, and they're covering all the, you know, all the shitty weapons, like, you know, just the Galil and HK and RPK and all that other shit. Yeah, I couldn't revive that guy right there. It was just, I tried, but and then when I hit the button, he just disappeared. It wasn't even connecting. So, and luckily he didn't leave. So I was like, oh shit, he's probably gonna fucking leave, but no, he stuck around. I was the one that quit the game. My bad. But I don't know, you gotta use powerful guns. If you want to be a good player, you gotta use those powerful guns. And you gotta run around with a light weapon. That's another thing that's good about these wall guns, is they're all light. You know, they're all SMGs, and you can move fast with them. You gotta be able to move fast. You can't have an HK and an RPK and expect to be able to, you know, juke these zombies and do all kinds of fancy shit. You just can't. You gotta be able to, you know, switch to a good light weapon and, you know, do some fancy footwork. You gotta stay fast. So, anyways, I don't know if I don't know how many people. There probably would be maybe quite a few people that'll go to that competition wherever it is. You know, it sounds like a scam to me. I mean, I wouldn't. You'd have to have some extra money to be able to do that. Plus, you have to wherever the hell it is, you have to go there. I don't even know if these guys are in Canada or wherever the fuck they are. I don't follow them that closely. I definitely don't watch them. I'm not a subscriber. I'm just look around for zombie players and occasionally, you know, want to see what they're doing every once in a while, and you know, I just can't help but cringe every time I see their gameplay. I mean, even when I watch them on BO3, if I watch them at all, you know, even their gameplay on BO3 isn't as great as it could be. I mean, they're just gonna fucking do full hordes with a wall gun. You know, they got a wall gun and it's got all that dead wire or blast furnace on it. You know, I think the dead wire is probably better to use than the blast furnace, but they're gonna sit there and do like a full horde up and shoot out the zombie. I mean, why do full horde ups? You got a fucking wall gun. You can buy more ammo for it. Just fucking do a little loop and just shoot out a few zombies at a time. I mean, that's how I'd say the top BO3 players are playing. You know, I mean, they're not even the top of BO3, but they're able to get away with shit because BO3 is so easy. It's easier to fucking horde up zombies on, and it's stupid. I mean, the sloppy train I've seen the Smith play in his little how to train video. I mean, his training is just so fucking sloppy, so cringy, so bad. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, not good at all. I mean, just slap city, slap, 2 slaps here, 2 slaps there. You know, it's just really bad. It's not up to par at all. So, you know, I learned run zombies by watching the top players, very top players. And like I said, first early rounds, you don't really want to be training at all. And I missed another revive. I couldn't get to that guy. I was trying to, you know, I didn't have the ammo to plow through zombies, so I just wanted to try to take the long way and get the zombies away from him. That was pretty much my my strategy there, but I knew it was gonna fail because this is just too big of a map. You got 45 seconds to revive before they bleed out, so, and that's whether you move or not. Whether you move or not, you got 45 seconds, so I wanted to try to take that way and that long way and get over there, and I didn't even come close to making that one. But it is what it is. I mean, it's not my, you know, I can't always get the revives. I'd like to. I mean, if I'm going to get the revives on this guy, he's going to have to stay closer to me. You know, and he doesn't seem to want to stay too close to me, so he keeps wanting to go as far away from me as he can get. I guess maybe he wants to get some points or something. I don't know what he wasn't talking. I didn't have a headset in, so you know, I don't really know what his idea was. I definitely need a max ammo here. This is where I think this is where I get a double max ammo. I end up getting a death machine, and I get a max ammo or something. And then I get that max ammo, and then I end up getting a fucking another max ammo, and then I almost got to it. I mean, I didn't really need it terribly, but you know, I would have taken it. In these commentaries, don't you guys give me some comments and tell me what you want me to freaking talk about? I mean, do you like the tips? Do you like me to just ramble on about, you know, and you want me to bash on other players in the YouTube community that aren't that good? I mean, yeah, they play all the newest zombie games, and You know, that's what they do. They do the commentary. They have the face cam. You know, they're really excited, and you know, I'm not even gonna try to do that kind of commentary. I'm not opening my videos and be like, "What is going on? This is Red Ninja, and I'm bringing you some zombies commentary." I'm not gonna talk like that. I'm just freaking gonna sit back and chill, and you know, I'm not doing that shit. I feel like a fucking that's where I missed that max ammo, and I want to get back around and get that max ammo. I was like, you know, I had, you know, 646 there, so you know, it was all right. But you know, I was like, fuck, I'll get that other max ammo. Might as well. I don't believe in leaving a max ammo ever. It's one of the stupidest things you can do. Never, yeah, but see it. Oh, see, it just went away. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh well. Figured I got enough ammo to get through the next round. And you know, just call it a GG. But you know, what do you guys want me to talk about? You know, for the few of you guys that are watching. You know, I'd like to give tips. One of the things I want to do a video on is I really want to go over. I'm a big believer in having the right mindset, or belief system of a good zombie player. Because that's one of the things that I think really works out for me a lot. Is you know, there's certain things that I believe about zombies. You know, you gotta have the right. You gotta talk the right way. You know, like one of the things I covered in the game that I say noobs always say is they always use terms like, "Oh, he's a tryhard," or "He has no life." You know, you can't say these things if you wanna be a good zombie player, and you never want to put down a good player. You will never hear me ever talk shit about a good player. You know, I'm just talking shit about these YouTubers because they're not good. It's a fact they're not good. Okay, I'm not jealous of them. I'm just, you know, they're not good players. They don't have anything to show for it. But I will not sit there and dog. I have nothing but respect for top players. I don't care if they are total dicks. I don't give a shit about their personality. They're good players. They're good players. They're top players. They're top players. I have all the respect for them, and that's all I focus on. I give a shit about their personality. I give a shit about any of that. I mean, believe me, there's a couple people in the zombie community that have not the best personality, and I don't worry about that. I don't let that get in the way of, you know, I still have respect for what they do, so it's all that matters. So never dog a good player, never, because basically what that does is your mind will not let you become what you hate. That's why losers always hate winners. That's a fact in life. Losers always hate winners. Okay, and they will never achieve anything. Poor people hate rich people, and they will always be poor because they hate rich people. And they're telling their mind, you know, I don't want to be what I hate. So your mind isn't going to make you become a rich, one of them rich cocksuckers. If you're a poor person, you don't want to be one of those guys. You don't want to be greedy. You don't want to be, you know, a cutthroat. You don't want to be all that. You know, these are all the mentality of, you know, a poor person. And you're never going to have any money. You're never going to attract money in your life or any success, any financial success with that kind of attitude. So, you know, it's the same thing with zombies. You can't hate on the best players. You can't sit there and call them no lives and tryhards and call them, you know, refuse to believe that they're playing legitimate when they are playing legitimate. You can't sit there and call them cheaters and all this other shit when they're not really cheating. I mean, if they're really cheating and you're able to prove that, then yeah, then throw that out there. I mean, if you can prove it, don't sit there and just call them. And people even in the pro zombie community do this, and that's why some of those ones that do that they're not really good in the zombie community anymore, because they can't, you know, zombie, like I kept saying in our video, I said zombies keeps evolving. I mean, pro players keep evolving. They keep finding ways to get faster, to improve upon the high round strats, and learn new, even come up with new strats to make the, you know, to flow through the games faster and more efficiently. So as you know, good players and pro players keep evolving, some of the old legends die. You know, it's the same thing in sports. I mean, you know, old legends, new blood comes in and it takes it to the next level, and you know, old legends die. You know, it's just what happens. And some of them end up getting bitter about it, and they refuse to believe that their record was beaten, so they want to just call a person a cheater, even though they really didn't cheat, and they don't have any proof to back it up. So that's about all. Thanks for watching. Peace out.